Another nice disguise, and a lot of times I find Chuck is at the heart of these things. Ravens are playing end up playing a cover six on the back end. Um, what they do that's interesting here is drop Judon and Bowser from the line. And the first thing that I notice about that, um, here's Bowser and Judon. They're both going to drop, and Pierce is going to work to that side. Pierce starts off sort of a 2-eye here. That's the interesting thing here. Pierce is going to take up not two, but three blockers. Jihad Ward stunts inside. Uh, he gets clear because of what Pierre does, but he's really trying to clear up this gap for both Chuck and Earl to come through. The back's going to make the right decision, protect the inside gap, and Earl comes free. And that's pretty darn close to intentional grounding, I think. Maybe not by the very definition of the rule. But Earl gets a nice hit on him there. Good coverage on the back end. Watch, and this is how good Judon is, man. Watch Judon here. He's going to wall Edelman. Watch how far he carries him. Make sure he gets underneath anything in breaking here. It's really nice disguise up front and nice coverage by Judon on the back end. And we get off the field. This is a very similar looking blitz, same game, 3rd and 8. Wasu gets him. Love looking at the communication going on pre-snap here. You see Jimmy out wide and Earl talking right there. See Jimmy and Earl in communication. You're going to see Pat come up and give Brandon a little nudge there. Earl's still pointing, so is Jimmy. Earl's going to take the basically cover 2 to this side. So Earl's going to be responsible deep. Jimmy's going to fall off and get this route. Marcus is in man. They double. They want to make sure they get under and over Julian here. Julian Edelman. Judon brings pressure off the edge. You see Wormley occupying 2. And then they send Chuck and Pat Owasu. Pat does a great job. Watch how skinny he gets to get through this. Gets a good hit on him. That's gotta love that. This time the back chooses the outside blitzer. If perhaps he doesn't see Owasso coming through. Takes the first one is what he does, and he gets beat. Yeah, and then doesn't hurt one little bit that Judon wins off the edge here too. Watch Judon. Kind of almost like a feigned bull rush here. Kind of pulls his hand away. Looks like he chops with his outside arm. The swim, just a nice rush there by Judon. Love Wormley's reaction at the end there. It's a real interesting blitz, and I'm pretty sure this is a blitz designed specifically for this offensive package. Buffalo has 3 to the field and 1 to the boundary. That is 1 receiver. 5 in protection with the back to the boundary side. And this is LJ Fort out wide. Earl floating around here. The key thing here is they want to isolate this back in protection by sending LJ Fort from wide, and then Chuck's going to kind of hang under, make the back, or wait until the back declares, and then he's going to get a free run with Judon scraping inside here or stunting inside. This vertical does come open, but you can tell from Marlon's reaction that he's expecting Earl to help him over top. Right there. You can see it from this perspective as well. As far as coverage outside of that, this is Brandon. He takes the flat, which turns into a man thing anyway. Jimmy's got man underneath, and Ferguson drops from the line, gets under these routes. This one's interesting because of all the last minute motion and the apparent disorder or confusion on the part of the Ravens, but I think it's all part of that disguise. They bring Brandon Carr clear across the formation. Brandon Williams is just standing up until the very last second. Judon about 5 yards off the ball, kind of like an inside linebacker. Not sure what he's doing. You see Chuck drop. Brandon, again, coming right off the edge here, confuses the protection. There's nobody to that side. Judon ends up really nice kind of here, works inside, but then he's going to kind of scrape and take the back. But you can see nobody picks up Brandon. Actually, Jalen does a great job here splitting these two blockers and getting a hit on the quarterback along with Brandon. And this is just a prayer that quarterback throws up here. And Marlon ends up picking this thing off.